Oh my god, this is what I was hoping for coming to Flagstaff.
So I should probably give a bit of an update between when I last posted a video, which I think was before I ran pre out in Flag last year, so that would have been, I think, May time. So people who potentially followed my summer will realise that I didn't end up going to the Olympic Games, so I was running pretty well throughout the start of the season. I felt like I was coming through on a good trajectory. Like, I raced all right at pre, I raced okay in New York, which was like probably a month before trials, and then 2 weeks later I was like pushing just to try and not be ready for trials but try and be ready for actual Paris Games, like as fit as I could be. I tore my soleus in a track session, and it was only probably a week after that I realised, when I felt the pain a week later, I had the scan and I actually realised that was what had happened. And at this point it was a week before trials, so that meant I wasn't able to race trials, so I wasn't able to go for the 1500 just because the strength of Britain and the way that it went with Josh having won Worlds previous year meant that there was no spot available for me. So I'd hoped that I'd done enough in previous years and that season to go over 800. Thankfully I was set for 800, but it left me a month between getting back running like gradually and then being ready to run not just the 144 800, which is what I'd already done that year, but you had to now run at 141 142 just because the standard of it had moved on. So I went up to Sam Ritz and I was doing 3 speed sessions in a week just to try and get my legs spinning again and trying to do those sessions that I knew would
50,
get me running like 142 or quicker.
3,
and I got
4,
all the way to the point
5,
where
6.
the last session I had before pretty much. So we'd done the opening ceremony from Sam Ritz. We kind of had like a watch party and I was wearing my Olympic opening ceremony uniform. That was the Sunday, and then the Tuesday after that, so 3 days later, was my last session a week before I was meant to race, and we were doing 4 400s off of 6 minutes. First time I got in spikes to do a session at race pace, and I think I went 48, 49, 50.0, and then in the last rep with 200 to go, I just felt my hamstring go really tight, and I finished the rep again in 50, but thought it was just a cramp. Kind of was worried because you know what a cramp's like, but even if it was something a little bit worse, I only had a week until racing, and then I got it scanned and it turned out I had a tear in my hamstring tendon. So as a result I had no chance of racing Olympic Games, and I wasn't able to run for 7 or 8 weeks after, which meant my season was just done, and that was like gutting, probably the most disappointing thing that's happened to me this season and my whole career. Obviously I thought the calf tear was going to be the worst thing that happened, so it felt like getting kicked when you're down a little bit, and it just made me reassess a lot of things, because I hoped that that was going to be my last Olympics and I could go out on a high and then just race a few more years. But I think the end of my Olympic chapter being that would be so like sad for me to not be able to fulfill the potential I still feel like I have. So I'm going to try and commit to doing another Olympic cycle until LA, but I had to change some things. So I've been in a place called Teddington down in London for the last 7-8 years, and I've decided to relocate to Manchester in the north of England, where my physio Alex is there. There's just greater medical support around there, and more than anything it's a change of scenery and a chance to kind of turn over a new leaf and start again. So nothing really changed. I'm still coached by my dad. I'll still come on camps and train with likes of Tom, and I'll be away for 4 months of the year, but I'm just hoping that that's all I need to stay in one piece. And I know that I've still got running left in my legs, but I haven't had a chance to show it, so I'm hoping that my journey's not done, and I try my best to document that on here, because I feel as though it helps to kind of like be able to speak about it a little bit and stuff like this, but then also like show the highs and lows of it. And since I've been starting doing these videos, I've had probably a period of a lot of lows, but I feel like going forward I'm due some luck that I can hopefully have some highs to share with you on here. This is the end of our last week up in Flagstaff on this December camp. Today we're at Buffalo Park, which I'm sure a lot of people have probably seen many photos and videos from. It's a lovely place to train visually. It's quite high and it's quite windy, so actually isn't the nicest when you're actually running on it. But today we've got just 20 minutes worth of tempo, so we'll do a loop hopefully a couple times. We had some pretty hard hills on Tuesday and we've got a pretty tough track session Saturday, so this is meant to be a little bit more controlled. I'll take my bloods just to make sure my lactate levels are where it needs to be, so that I don't compromise myself for the Saturday session, because that's the more important one. But we've had like a good camp so far. I'm back up to like 70 miles of running up here, just trying to keep it sensible and not go home in a body bag, as can definitely be the case up at 7,000 feet. So see how it goes today. Hopefully it's a nice one.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. How was your run?
Oh, good. I just did a threshold interval. I'm just starting double threshold.
Did you go up the big hill or not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're going to try and avoid that. It's too hard, isn't it?
It's hard.
Yeah.
What are you doing today?
We've got just 20 minutes of tempo. So ours will be alright, hopefully. So,
Oh my god.
we're good. You live up there?
No, this is my first time. This is my first time at 7,000 feet.
How you find it?
It's hard.
Yeah. Well, we're like 4 weeks and we're only just used to it now.
Oh my
So,
god. Are you just starting your season? Like.
We're about to go indoors. It's Josh filming, by the way.
Oh my god.
That's on YouTube
What's
there.
up?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is crazy.
Nah, it's good. It's been good. There's a lot of athletes up there still, but we've got like 3 days left and then we're gone, mate.
Man.
Yeah, it's been good.
And you had one of the greatest kicks in like the World Championships.
Oh, a couple of years.
I've never seen
It's
that.
a while ago now, mate. But yeah, I've been a bit hurt the last couple of years, so I'm just trying to get back.
You're gonna come
And this
back.
is, do you know Ben Pattison? So
Ben.
he medalled at Worlds a couple of years ago.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit new to the running community. So.
That's alright, mate. There's a lot of people here at your spot, to be fair. But yeah.
Man, that's so cool. Could I get a photo with you?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is what I was hoping for coming to Flagstaff. This is for you guys.
Oh, mate, you've got low standards meeting me. Yeah, there's a lot of people out of town, I think, at the moment. Mate, back home we just get abused. Yeah. We've got a thing where like, I would never go into a supermarket with tights on, because I think you're just like asking for abuse like that. Whereas here, I think there's enough runners that you could get away with it, couldn't you?
I had that before podium. Some blokes were like, they asked me for a lift. I was like, oh no, I've got no room. They were like, oh yeah, I can tell you're not from around there because you're wearing leggings. I was like, I'm wearing joggers. I've got my leggings on underneath actually.
Yeah, I'll get them out if you want me to.
Yeah, I was just wearing like joggers like this.
Not even like real tapered
Nah.
ones.
No, to be fair, they were a bit more tapered, but I was like,
This is Ben's first time this high. He's been so brave, haven't you? So brave.
yeah, you know me, I'm just a workhorse.
Yeah.
Flying home today. Thank God.
Mate, the good thing is you're flying home in your own seat. You're not getting airlifted back or anything, are you?
Yeah, I mean, there's still time.
Yeah.
Still time.
We'll run to start.
Survived so far.
Yeah, no, he's done well. What did you run for 5k a few weeks ago before you came out?
14:07. So I knew I had to get fit before I came here. So did a little race, see if I was fit, and yeah, it'll do for a
142, 14:07 spread. It's alright, isn't it? It's alright.
I don't think I was in those shapes quite at the same time, but
I wonder what the best. Yeah, the best combined 5k time is.
mate, there's that Swedish bloke, Almarin, is it?
Yeah, his will be.
He's ran like a
Yeah.
145, and then like a sub 60 half.
Mate, yours were within 4 months though.
Yeah,
That's the difference. You did it like close
I
together.
think you've got to do it within 12 months of each other.
I'm mainly going to do it off of heart rate. So like, I've been tempoing probably like 5:10s, maybe a little bit slower up here. On this trail, like depending on how it feels, it might be a bit slower than that. But then yeah, like Thursday's more important. So normally we've been taking our lactates before as like a measure normally of how high we can get it, rather than an element of control. Whereas this winter, to enable me just to stay a little bit healthier, I've tried to keep my tempos more in control so that I'm not exerting as much. So yeah, it's different because normally we're used to seeing like readings of like 18, 19, 20 after track sessions. Maybe even with bicarb it got up to like 24 at points, but now it would be like trying to keep it probably around like 6 or under for me, because I don't do well keeping it that low. So for me that's pretty good. Whereas you see a lot of guys who are keeping, you keep it pretty low, don't you? But it's,
Just locked in, you know?
yeah.
Just don't like working hard.
You're just sensible. So there's a lot of guys that will keep it like, yeah, like 1s, 2s and 3s, but I can't seem to keep it that low, so we'll see. So when we get our kit drops, literally just before we come out, I don't know what he's packing, he doesn't know what I'm packing, but you end up
we're all
packing.
so excited to put the new
Same
stuff on.
Yeah. Good models for the brand though, aren't we? That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
These are the SC Elite, and they look a bit nicer if they're fresh and clean, but I was running on muddy trails back home and then I've been on the dirt up here, so
Not too nice, eh?
A wee bit dusty, eh?
Yeah, but they do the job. The nice thing about up here, and like the benefit of being sponsored, I guess, is that we can run our shoes into the ground and then we take them to there's like a soup kitchen, isn't there? Where they like take shoes and stuff. So we're yet to see somebody wearing our racing flats, but I'm hoping there's someone out there.
Someone with the pink.
You do that here at Flag?
Yeah, because when we're like, a lot of the time you end up just like leaving them when they probably get chucked by like the cleaner in the place you're staying or something. So we're like, if we take it to like a food place and for the homeless, then at least we hope they get used. And they always seem pretty grateful we give them.
Community at Christmas.
Yeah, but but the day we see someone wearing them, I'll love that. But yeah,
That'd be funny.
they might not want these. Might be too flashy.
Too much.
Yeah. Too jazzy. Let's see how.
7, 6.
I get nervous if I know I feel like it's high, and I get nervous to see if it's like 1.1. There we
Wow.
go.
You even warmed up? Ready? Straight out of bed, apparently.
If it was any higher, there'd be something probably wrong with it.
When
Because
you
I've
start
done
with that
nothing.
at, like,
I've done
5
nothing
early.
so far. So yeah, I always have to bring a couple spares just in case I get the first one wrong.
Just in case he doesn't get a reading he likes.
Is that alright, mate?
And he just does it until he gets the reading he wants.
Yeah, I do it until I've faffed around long enough that it's dropped to the level I want it to. No, I've been doing it just from this winter, so like mainly for the tempo stuff, just so that I'm not overcommitting myself on a Thursday when we've got hard stuff on Tuesday and Saturday because they're a bit more important than this. So yeah, it's tough because like say for today, I'll take one at the start and at the end, so I won't know how I am during the session. So it's like if I've got it wrong and gone a bit hard, I get told that at the end there's nothing I can do about it. Whereas like the last couple of weeks we've done a bit of broken stuff, so we did like 3 by 8 minutes last week, which was a little bit easier to take bloods in between each rep. I got like last week I got a bit wrong. I was up at 11, but for me and probably for Ben as well, like we're pretty anaerobic, so we deal with lactate pretty well, so I can be quite high and not actually realise.
It's difficult for us.
Yeah, it's a
We
shame.
can just cope with it so well.
We can just tolerate it. So I want it to be probably under 7 for me today would be the right sort of spot. Yeah, it's taken a while for me to get used to it because I used to do these probably a little bit harder than I should have, and my lactate would definitely have been much higher. But like you're good, you're way more sensible than me with it. You don't get dragged into anything silly, whereas
Just
I'm more
'cause
likely to be.
I've tested more.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of started it last year. And I started the same, like I was way out of zone.
Yeah.
And then you just over time you learn what 3 feels like, what 4 feels like.
Yeah, exactly. I think like we could guess it, especially after track stuff. I think I could tell you what I'm at before I've even finished and tested it.
Because you're getting the same benefits whether you're at 3 or
Yeah,
7,
exactly.
so you may as well be at 3 if you can.
Yeah. It's nice to
But
be.
it's just hard to dial it in because if you go slightly over that line, especially
done.
up here,
I know, mate. It's hard, isn't it?
just keeps rising.
That's especially this time of year. The name of it is like coming away, doing enough but not doing too much.
Yeah.
So that you go home and you feel like you're ready to train still at home. Like I think a lot of people probably come out and they need a break when they get back from here because they've overcooked it a bit.
Can't imagine who that would be. Yeah, I'm not having a week off.
Right, what did we run last week?
I don't know. They were like between 5:05 and 5:20 probably, weren't they? For 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll get into it and see.
Average of 5:15 would be pretty good.
Yeah. That would be good.
That's quite nice. It didn't go numb.
No, it's alright. It was not nice finishing up that hill though, was it?
Nah.
Thanks, mate. That was a good collection. Yeah, it was alright. Mate, the problem with, we're so used to doing it with, there's a guy called Andy Shaw who's our physiologist with British Athletics, and he's so quick and easy at doing it, isn't he? Yeah. Whereas I'm not so good on my own. 7.4.
Yeah.
And that's more accurate. I think if you have a good day like today, it's alright going around there. If you have a bad day,
Yeah.
we've had some horrible ones. Like last year we did it in snow and sleet.
Only 3 miles as well.
Yeah, and it was horrible.
Horrific, wasn't it?
It was horrible. Yeah, mate, you got to ride the buffalo before you leave.
Yeah, you do.
Go on, you got to get on it.
This is how I hurt myself.
He's had a good camp, but he's torn his camp and getting in it.
Did you get on? That's how big they really are.
Probably bigger.
Yeah. Good boy. There you go, mate, happy. Go on. Yeah, like we were saying, like Buffalo Park, you can do an even flatter loop than that. We had like a tiny climb in it, but it wasn't too bad. It just finished with it at the end. But yeah, it's there's only a couple more runs for us, so we've got to exhaust the nice trails while we can, and I think this is one of the nicest ones
On a
in
nice
Flag.
day.
Yeah, and a loop as well, because like most of the roads and the trails out here are all out and backs, so to be able to loop is a real pleasure, isn't it, Tom?
Really is. I like the loop.
I've just left Bushy Park, which is probably like that for a lot of it, and then a bit of road and stuff, and then
Yeah.
I land home on Monday, and I move permanently up to Manchester on Wednesday, so I've got to find new running routes. But there's some old railway lines we have that are now like compact, like dirt, which are nice for running. Problem is with UK, it's like when it gets dark, a lot of the time we just have to go out on the roads or like a treadmill job. But we go to Poch in South Africa in January, where it'll be sunny for most of the day, so we can't complain about British winters because we literally never see it. We come here, it's like this. We go home for 2 weeks, it's Christmas, so it's quite nice, and then yeah, we go somewhere hot again, so we have a pretty good life. We're like birds, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's migrating with the sun.
Migrate.
A snowstorm back home is like the end of the world because we just can't function with it, whereas here it's not a big deal, is it, at all? Like by the time you've woken up they've probably ploughed the roads and stuff, but no, I'd say we get it once every couple of years. We get bad snow, but they actually had it while we've been out here, didn't they?
Yeah,
That
first
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the irony that we were coming here hoping there not to be any snow, and then literally the first week we were out here there was a big snowstorm back in the UK, so oh well.
I love a bit
Tough
of
for
snow.
them, isn't it?
I think running in the snow is unreal.
Yeah. There's that video, Tom, that begs to differ.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's our perfect running conditions.
It's the perfect texture for running, very low impact on its dry snow so your feet don't get wet.
Oops. That can happen. You okay? Yes, okay.
These are our creations, so that's Tom's sourdough, and then we have homemade granola in there. God, we're literally
just domestic goddesses.
it's amazing, isn't it? The things we've created, Tom.
Oh, it is.
But,
Oh, if I have to.
you'll have another Tom, will you?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
Best
by,
month
isn't it?
of eating I've ever had, thanks to this guy.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
Give this man a Michelin star.
And my trusty stew. Bit of maple, classic.
Bit
And
of
then
banana.
maple yogurt, slightly less classic. And then really quite weird is 3-week-old stewed apple that's been reheated 3 or 4 times.
Homemade as well.
Homemade, yeah.
You know what's little things that we don't get at home, eh? Like this yogurt,
Oh,
can't get it anywhere at home. The griddle, don't have that. It's not just our dining table, is it? This is our podcast studio.
yeah.
So Ben hosts one of the country's leading podcasts. Tell them about it, Ben.
It's called You've Got to Go. Me, Matt Stonia, Luke Nuttall. Yeah, we're striving to be the best in the game. We've had these two on last night. It should be out
It's
by
not
now,
been helping.
I reckon. So yeah, go and give it a listen. Link in the bio. I've been promised.
It will be.
I've been promised. So yeah, go and listen. You've got to go podcast.
What's it about?
Basically, so you got Matt, who's an athlete, 1500 metre athlete, Luke, who's a para 1500 athlete, and then me, who's an 800 athlete. We're all in Loughborough together, and we just kind of just chat through things, go mainly running, but we just chat a lot of rubbish as well. Some people find it entertaining, and we get some big guests on, like these two.
The biggest.
So yeah, it's a work in progress. We'll say that. We started it in May, so a lot of work to still be done. But
A lot of things to be learned.
But yeah, I'd say we're
A lot
improving.
of friends to be made.
I think we enjoyed our time on the pod, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's only uphill from having you two on. So.
The ones I've listened to, I've thoroughly enjoyed.
What did you all talk about on yours?
So we did, because me and Tom, unfortunately, we've spent a lot of time together.
Oh yeah.
So we've spent like months and months. So Ben did do you know, like you do like Mr. and Mrs, where it's like you ask each other questions, you have to predict what the other person's answer is going to be. So we had Mr. and Mr. We won't spoil what the questions are, but we tried to see how well we know each other. And a lot of it was Flagstaff themed.
It was, yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't help when someone's like chronically indecisive about answering. So tough, quite
He felt
tough.
he was hard done by.
I felt hard done by, but I won't give spoilers. You have to listen to the podcast if you want to find out, won't you, Ben?
Yeah.